Hello, everybody. This is Chris Schultz, and I'm here to help you access the iPad onboarding for the students, more specifically at the elementary school. So when you come to your classroom, and I'll start from the beginning, when I come to here, I call these the tic-tac-toe board. Sometimes I call it the tiles, but this is really your first place that you're going to go to get to any of your Google apps. Coming to classroom here, I have moved my classroom up there. You can move things around. I use Classroom quite a bit. So I have it towards the top here, okay? When I click on Classroom, it's gonna take me to all of my classes. Now, I have a lot of the onboarding I've been creating. This is my coaching where I'm a student for the DLP coaching. So I'm gonna come down here to OES iPad student onboarding. Now, you are going to be a fellow teacher. And for me to invite you to be a fellow teacher, I will be sending you an email. You may have actually received it already since I've made this video. But when I come to people, I'm going to be adding you as a fellow teacher. You'll see that I'm in here as a teacher, Brian's in here as a teacher, and so is Elena as a teacher. We can see whoever else I put in here, and I put Rob in here as a fellow teacher as well. I'll be coming through and I'll be inviting you, so you'll be receiving an email from me asking you to join in as a teacher. Now, we're going to need some students. And so when we add the students, really the best way to do that for the students is if I go back to the beginning here and I go back to my original classroom here, the students will go to the plus sign, okay? Students will go to the plus sign. If I'm hovering, I'm not clicking anything. When I hover right over top of it, it says create or join a class. The students are going to be joining the class. They're going to click plus sign and they're going to be clicking join class. Okay, they'll be prompted to put in the classroom code. Okay, you'll have on your board or on your display, you'll be displaying the classroom code, and they'll just be able to type that in. Okay, once they type that in, they'll come into our classroom. Now, what we're doing at the elementary school is all of the students in the building are going to be in this one classroom. So it's going to be quite a large classroom. Teachers, you're going to be in this as well. So as a school, we have one big classroom. It's okay because Google Classroom is made to be able to handle, undergraduate and graduate level courses at university. So we should be fine. One place that you can take a look at and where the students, you might be thinking, well, the class code, I'm not sure what the class code is. Well, I'm on this first page here, which is the stream, right? And right here, it says the class code. So I can make it larger by hitting this display button, and then nice and big, this comes up to the students. One thing you might want to be careful of is this is probably a 0 and not the letter O. It's a little skinny one there. But if they don't get it right away, they should be able to try the zeros here. Okay, so H0B and 30T. Okay, leave that up there, let them type that in, and then they'll populate into our class. Now, one thing in our class when our students come in here is that they're not going to be assigned to a specific teacher, right? We're going to have all the students in here. So that's okay. When we assign a task or when we assign an activity, they'll just be signed, and then it'll come back on my end, the work that they did and the work that they completed. Okay, it's a little bit different where we're a whole building working as a classroom. So some of the classwork, and this is what I've put in here. I'm using Common Sense Media for a couple different reasons. One is that we're giving access to these students. We want to make sure that we're giving them the skills to perform well with the technology. When we give students their license to drive, we don't just say, okay, you're 16, great, have fun. Go try and drive. No, for that half a year, we have them practice with their parents, we have them practice, and then we give them those skills and try and build their skill set with driving. As scary as it may sound to have 16 and 17-year-olds on the road. But that's kind of the idea with what we're doing here, is that we're going to be giving them some skills to work with the iPads that they have in the classroom and teach them the expectations, just like we would teach them any other classroom expectations. I know in fourth grade, when I used to teach fourth grade, we would spend a week on the expectation of coming in the morning, putting your book bag down, handing any of your things in, your turn-in slips, our lunchroom folder. This is just another level of that expectation. So the things that I've created in here have been in conjunction with Brian. He and I sat down and picked out the lessons that we thought would be best for the students in our school here. Not to say that not all the lessons aren't good, they are excellent, but these are the ones that we wanted to focus on the early part of this digital citizenship. On the back end of this, and why we're using the digital citizenship curricula here for all the schools, is one, to kind of create that vertical alignment. We're speaking the same language with our kindergarten and first graders, and we're using the same verbiage with our 11th and 12th graders, and we're using this all the way through. Another part is that with this, we can be recognized as a school, digital citizenship school, and then ultimately we can be recognized as a digital citizenship district. And that's just a really nice way of showing the community, showing the students, showing our stakeholders that we take digital citizenship seriously, and that we're not just giving students a bunch of technology and saying good luck, but we're giving them this technology and teaching them how to use it as a proper tool. So in the games here, and there are 2 games that Brian and I picked out, you'll notice that for the game part, I have these saved as a draft for right now. Once the kids come in and we're ready to get going with this, I'll turn this from off of draft and turn it to assign. You'll be able to do that too. So when I click in here, I can edit the assignment, and you'll be able to do this too as a fellow teacher. And so my options are I can assign it, or I can schedule when to assign it. We just have to remember that this is for all the students across the building. Okay. You'll notice that I have it as an ungraded. There is no due date, and the topic is this Evolve game. You'll follow the instructions to create a username and play the Evolve game. After the final round, screenshot your scorecard and post to your assignment. So the students will come in here, and on their end, when we do assign this, they'll have really this link to this game here. When they click on this link, it's going to take them right to this digital passport game. And they'll be able to play this game, and they're going to learn a lot about, what it means to be a digital learner, what it means to be working online within this game. At the end of it, with their iPad, it's that home button on the middle part there, and then the top. We all know how to take a screenshot with our iPhones. Kids know how to do it with their iPads, and they'll be able to edit and upload that. I will be around to help with any of this. If you'd like to try it, take a risk. If it doesn't work, just try it again. The kids aren't going to, they'll be able to play their games. But if not, I will certainly be around to help anybody upload these. The big idea with the assignment here is so that I have evidence that all of the students received these lessons. Okay, so these were the 2 games here. And then for this one here, this is our online tracks is what it's called. And it comes complete with the lesson slides, right? So when you click on this, you'll have access to the lesson slides. I have this as a draft because the students may not need to have the lessons in front of them. This is going to be up to you. You're going to use your experience, and you're going to use your know-how on how you want to best give these lessons. And that's another important point that I'd like to talk about right now. These are the guide from digital citizenship from this Common Sense Media. They give you step-by-step instructions, okay? And what I want to reiterate is how important it is that you are the teacher, you know what you're doing, you know kids, and you know what's going to work best with your style. If it's important for you and you want to make sure that you use all of every single word, as they tell you to say it, if that's how you like to run your classroom, you really like to script out your work, then by all means, please do use the say part here. They give you step-by-step instructions on what to do and how to time it out. If you're more of like, you'd like to kind of get the general idea, where do we need to be by the end of the lesson? You like to maybe be a little bit more creative with how you pace the lesson, maybe some of the lessons that you do, some of the group work. Please, by all means, use your professional judgment to do that. This is your classroom with your students, and you're going to do what you think is absolute best for your students. Okay, that's most important. I'm not here to change the way you teach. I know I have my own style. I like to kind of just more like, get the big idea and use some of the resources, but maybe create my own, be a little bit more creative with it. Whatever works for you. If this is just, a nice canned lesson that you're ready to go, then please use it exactly like that. Okay, but it's all on here. Everything you need is on here. And then I actually, I put every other piece that you're going to need. So this is it says that there's a this copy here of this Word doc. It's on here. It'll click right up. So that's it in a brief nutshell. I'm running out of my 10-minute time here. If you have any more questions, please let me know. But hopefully this video, you'll see how to get into the classwork, and you'll see where the classwork is, which is right here. Okay. Once again, I'm here to help, and I'm here to help us get rolling with this. Thank you so much.